So, gonna love this. Forgot another boost for the flying type would be a status called Launch. Any Pokemon that is grounded when hit by certain flying type moves could initiate something called launching, which is you literally launch them up in the air. If you're not a grounded Pokemon, or like on screen because you use something like Phantom Force, this knocks you in the air, you lose a turn. But for every successful launch you do, the chances of it happening decreases by like 20%. So, period, in a single battle, your Pokemon can't do it no more, even if you switch it out and put it up against another Pokemon. Like, it just, for every successful launch, 20% reduction in chance of it being successful. Sorry about that, but that's goes into something for the Psychic type for later, but I'll explain that in a bit in the next part. Anyway, Ice types. The cold renders stuff inert unless you have Corrosion as an ability. Okay, thanks for the update. Unless you have Corrosion as the ability, Ice is immune to poison. Also, give it a resistance to grass and flying, and make it hit water for neutral. Furthermore, bring back Frostbite as an ability. Whenever an Ice type hits you with a physical moves that have the ability, when an Ice type hits you with any physical Ice type move, regardless of its abilities otherwise, if something else uses it, like, oh, you have a chance to freeze with this move, it's like, no, if an Ice type uses it, it's got a chance to inflict Frostbite. And if it uses a special Ice type move, it has a chance to freeze. If an Ice type uses a move that is an Ice type move, it has those chances. If another Pokemon uses it, it's just the regular chance to freeze. Only Ice types have access to Frostbite as a status. And only when they use physical Ice type moves, and it's whatever it'd be like 10 to 30% chance of inflicting Frostbite. Sorry. But that's a lot of changes. But there you go. Now it's actually a competitively viable threat. Normal. You can't change normal. Yes, you can. It's basically the sound type. Let normal types deal 10% damage. Every sound-based move, when used by a normal type, regardless of the type of the move, so like Dragon Cheer, Metal Sound, Growl, Roar, all that jazz, all sound-based moves, also Boom Burst and Hyper Voice, Echoed Voice, Disarming Voice, has a plus 10 base power. You could be a Route 1 rat, like rodent Pokemon, use Growl, and it will have 10 base damage. So then you'll add in whatever your highest attacking stat is. If your highest attacking stat is your attack stat, it'll act as a physical attack. If your highest attacking stat is your special attack, it'll act as a special attack. There you go. You just made a Route 1 Pokemon that you get rid of fairly quickly competitively viable to some extent. You just made those nothing moves everyone gets rid of useful, at least for fighting types, or at normal types. But that's it. Now, as for Psychic, I mentioned that earlier. Psychic types would be immune to the launch effect. As would Ghost types, to throw that in there. But flying types, psychic types, ghost types, and anything that has some other way of not being on the ground, or like underwater, under the ground, or it used a flying type move to launch itself in the air using bounce or whatever, or fly. You're immune to launch. Also, the move teleport, though a psychic type move, can inflict launch. Or you could have it be, it can teleport the opposing Pokemon out. And the way teleport would work in battle would be, just make this the effect overall. Some psychic type moves have the effect of teleporting Pokemon. Just make that a thing. Oh, some of them have a chance to confuse you. Here are these other moves. They have a chance to teleport you out of battle. They force you to switch out. If you use one of those moves on an opponent and they can't switch out due to one of your Pokemon having used the move block, it's a phalanx and it used no retreat, or there's no Pokemon for it to switch with, the secondary effect of teleporting them out of battle doesn't do anything. The move teleport itself allows you to switch out of battle unless block or no retreat or has been used. And this would only be when it's used by psychic type Pokemon, and only when psychic type Pokemon use certain psychic type moves can teleportation possibly happen to an opponent. If you can't switch out and you use teleport, it will inflict the flying status condition of launch to your opponent. It won't force them out. Basically, the psychic energy of you attempting to switch out and you can't backblast onto them and launches them in the air. It's a bit weird. I know this video is a bit wonky. Sorry, I had it worded better in my head and I just forgot stuff as I started saying things about other types. That's my bad.